Sirayo Nyeko, which was presented by the Honorable Secretary of Works and Technical Services. Then, upon that full presentation, the Council accepted to do the new mandate, but also the task the District Vice Chair to gather more documents on the late Sirayo Nyeko before it comes to be witnessed by the mighty Council. So, as I report now, we have the portrait ready. I hope the clerk, it is in front of the clerk Council there. The portrait is ready, and all the necessary documents are being produced and confirmed to the best of his knowledge as well as my knowledge. All that was said during the presentation by the Honorable Secretary confirmed that they are all right, and there is the portrait. So I just request that we move a motion and we place it.
A copy of the motion. As stipulated in the standard rules of procedures, rule number 19, sub-rule 1, clause 10 states clearly that this motion can be presented loudly before you, Honorable Speaker. The motion is brought to your attention. The Honorable Speaker for Kitgum District Local Government, the Chairman of CFI for Kitgum District Local Government, Head of Government Business, Honorable members of the District Executive Committee, the Honorable members of the other stores, the protocols here observed, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Speaker, sir, I introduce to you the beloved grandson of the soil, senior citizen of Uganda who served our country diligently, a philanthropist, a seasoned politician, and a businessman highly rich with history in time of Bengal. Sirayo was born on the 11th of April 1932 in Acholi, east of northern Uganda. His father is called Yona Abukwilo Okumu from Palabria, Patana, the royal household of Prince Atam, and his mother is called Rowena Nadu from the royal household of Badwat, second daughter of Princess Dala and John. The education. At the age of 11, Yona Nyeko joined Kitgum Junior School, which was about 52 kilometers from Namokora. Initially, the school started as a vernacular elementary school, then became Kitgum Junior Boarding School. His headmaster at the time was Adipaya and long retired. At the age of 13, Sirayo was proven to be diligent and had the courage to do good things. He was very eloquent and had a leadership quality.
I want to thank my colleagues, the Honorable Frank Dega of Central Division. I also want to thank the family representative, Council Jones, Nyeko. Mr. Speaker, I grew up moving within Kitgum town, and I like reading. And I know among the things I found so much are street names in this town. And one of the streets within Kitgum municipality is called Sirayo. I am not able to know who these people are, young as I am. Especially those days. Today I am no longer young, at 40. But Mr. Speaker, the first time the Honorable Frank shared his intention with me in this legislative approach, I had the opportunity to visit the family of this statesman in Kampala, where I met the daughter Jennifer, and then the late wife of Sirayo, Mama Sarah, who unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, passed on a couple of weeks ago, and I think the body was sometime last week. I got to know through the family archives that the late Nyeko had many positive attributes, Whereas our colleague Frank only limited to trade, management, politics, and the rest, he was also a senior researcher, writer, and educationist. He did many publications in the world. Because of time, Mr. Speaker, we do not have a lot of time to memorize in our submissions. But I want to attest that, first of all, I want to thank you for according our colleague this opportunity. It is our good culture and practice that we honor eminent men and women of this land. And coincidentally, Mr. Speaker, this is just not because it has been arranged. By extension, he was our colleague. Because he was a member of the actually district council, he was a councillor, just like us. And probably some of us, by extension, were groomed through the people he also groomed. So I want to thank the family for sharing the day with us, and I want to hereby propose that council approve the recommendation presented by the motion by council.
Like us, and one day we shall also be like them. And it is good for us to continue paying tribute to such kind of personality. As you know very well that leaders don't die, but we miss them in action. So we want this to continue, as we shall also be remembering him in this very council. Therefore, I just rise up to second the prayers made by my colleagues for the Central Kitgum. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
I will come to know who Sirayo is. It's fortunate enough that today his name has surfaced again before this house. I believe in the Speaker that since he was accorded the road so that his memory will remain alive, this contribution, the other previous body, the other previous countries who are here might have seen it. But even here, I'm looking that they have been a member of maturing district council. That one alone, Mr. Speaker, for us here as a district councillor, we have to appreciate that we should not now disappoint the family. Instead, we support so that this may continue shining. Because at one point, I believe that someone will be speaking for us. Someone will be speaking for us when we are not there.
What we can only do is to recognize by blessing his contribution to the development of people. Me personally, I don't know Sirayo and Nyeko, but I've been here of the name. And since he has a road named after him within the police force, it is a clear indication that he must be one of the greatest men whose contribution has led to the development of this history. So, organizing the oral lectures will be the responsibility of the family members. Our effort is going to be blessing and ensuring that this conference appears here for long-term memory of the future leadership of Kitgum district.
We are trying to relive the life of Sirayo Nyeko, my father, who was born in Patin, Labigriang. I was his firstborn. Recently, the council honored him with a place in their offices and approved this picture to be put in their offices as a former council member. I would like to give you a brief background of my father. He was born in April the 11th, 1932, and unfortunately he died on the 27th of May, 1977. Otherwise, the council honored him because he contributed a lot to the life of the people of not only of Kitgum, but also Uganda. He started his business life in 1952 in Katibe. And soon after that, he became secretary to the East Acholi Traders Association. And then again, only after 2 years, he won the Bell Cup. Bell was a governor of Uganda at the time. So he won the Bell Cup as the best trader in Acholi, not only in Kitgum, but also in Gulu. In 1960 to 1964, he joined the East Acholi District Council. And in 1962 to 1964 again, he became the assistant manager at the ginnery, cotton ginnery here in Kitgum around the same time. As you know, the work of the council is not full-time. So his full-time job was as assistant manager in the ginnery, cotton ginnery. Around that time, Uganda had gained independence. So as Uganda gained independence, the government decided that Africans should now take over from the Europeans and Asians. So they set up a parastatal called African Business Promotion, which was headed by a Mr. Baker, who was a Briton. The idea was to try and ease African Ugandans into business. So they sent out applications all over Uganda. Fortunately, about 1,000 applicants made their application, including my father, Sirayo. So out of the 1,000 applicants, he was chosen as assistant manager to Mr. Baker to come to Kampala, to move from the cotton ginnery to Kampala to work in this field. As assistant manager, he used to go into the field to spot potential African Ugandans who could do business, so that they were given credit to start their own business. Soon after that, he realized that actually African business promotions could not meet the needs of Ugandan Africans because they were not competitive. They could not compete against Asians and Europeans who were already in business. So he decided to go for further studies. He went on a course of export and import. After 1 year, he came back, and as a result, African Business Promotions was wound up, and instead, Uganda National Trading Corporation was established, and he became the first CEO of Uganda National Trading Corporation. Through the trading corporation, the government was then able to import certain commodities like sugar, salt, cooking oil, and many other things, which then the corporation decided, in order for Ugandan Africans to compete with the Europeans and Indians in this business, was to actually give the commodities on credit to them, so that once they have sold their commodities and gain profit, the profit goes to them and the actual capital money goes back to the government. It was through that my father did that, and the National Trading Corporation did that throughout the country, and that is when African businesses started to come up, and that is how the standard of living of Africans throughout Uganda was uplifted. So during this time, he started to construct his business premises in Kitgum on Lakidi Road, which first was called Okumu and Sons, but soon after became Jonah Enterprises. However, with the change of government from the British to we Africans now ruling ourselves, corruption started to creep in. in terms of promotion and so on and so forth. So my father, being who he is, who was quite principled, sincere, and did not want to indulge in any corruption, he decided to resign his position. And he came back to Kitgum. That was the time when his shop in '69 was now completed, and he opened a wholesale business, whereby the shop served the whole of East Acholi, from Palabert to Padibe to Lukung to Oram to Pade. He supplied them with commodities as a wholesaler to the ordinary people in the villages, so that they themselves can also start to earn money as retailers. However, soon after that, there was a change of government. As you know, Obote II went, and then Idi Amin took over. When Idi Amin took over, my father was invited back to Kampala, whereby he became the chief executive of Uganda Hotels. That was in 1960s. The chief executive of Uganda Hotels. That was between 1972 and 1973. At the same time, he was also appointed as Uganda's the first representative to the East African Legislative Assembly, with others like Ben Amon and others. At the same time, he was also appointed as the managing director of Uganda National Tobacco Corporation, because Idi Amin had nationalized BAT. So it was then renamed as Uganda National Tobacco. He worked in this corporation between 1973 to 1976, when he resigned. But during that time, at the same time that he was holding these posts, he also became the founder president of Uganda National Traders Association, UNATA. He was also a board member of the National Economic Planning Board, a board member of African Trade Development Advisory Board, and a board member of Transocean. I would like to give you a bit of why the council decided to award him a memorial lecture. He was awarded this memorial lecture because actually he was a pioneer in business, and the lecture will be is motivated with the fact that this will inspire the young generation who wants to go into business, not only in Acholi, but it will be done in all over Uganda. This will be once a year. But because he belonged to the district council in Kitgum, they have also recognized him, they have honored him, and they have awarded him this memorial lecture. The first lecture will be done here in Kitgum, and then thereafter it will go to other parts of Uganda. We shall invite renowned personalities from the business industry to come and lecture to the young community, to inspire them, to show them how it can be done, and that you can actually start small but eventually be a big business person. We shall, as I said, hold this lecture in different parts of the country, and hopefully his legacy can be remain as long as possible, and his legacy will be able to help the younger generation do as well as he did. His life ended in when he was just 45, but within that time, according to what I've just talked about, you can see how much he did for his family and also for Uganda, and especially for the people of Kitgum. When at the time when there were only Asians doing business, he encouraged the people to take on small loans and do the business, after uplifting them through giving them commodities on credit and in other kinds as well. So I hope that when we do announce his memorial lecture, you will be able to come and benefit from the knowledge that will be brought to us. Thank you.